श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्के केसरी वेदांताचार्य वर्यो में सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इत्युद्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूत मार्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। स्वामी वेदांत देसिका's शरणागति दीपिका, the wonderful stotram on the concept of Sharanagati. Swami establishes slowly and builds up the concept so that it gets drilled into the reciters and the readers' head. We have seen up to 11th slokam. Today let's enjoy the 12th and 13th. Tvam mataram cha pitaram sahajam nivasam santas sametya sharanam sugurdam gatim cha nissima nitya niravadya sukha prakasham deepa prakasha savibhuti gunam vishanti. Tvam mataram cha pitaram cha sahajam nivasam santas sametya sharanam sugurdam gatim cha nissima nitya niravadya sukha prakasham deepa prakasha savibhuti gunam vishanti. Lord Deepa Prakasha, in the earlier slokam, Swami mentioned that Suddha Sattva Nitya Mukta Jivatmas, he gave the Bhogam, Bhokta, Bhogyam, all that we talked about, and Mukti Hetutvam. Here he talks about the Mukti Hetutvam, the Satpurushas with the true knowledge about you resort to you as the Sarvavida Bandhu. They come to you as a Sarvavida Bandhu. They consider you as Sakalavida Bandhu. Bandhu Makilasya Jantoho Bandhura Paryanka Bandharamaniya. Swami Desikan mentions in Kamasika Ashtakam. So the Satpurushas with the true knowledge resort to you, come to you as the very mother, as the father, as the brother, as their residing abode, as their home, as their place, as their means, as their refuge, and as a friend, as a ultimate destination, everything. They enter into you, they unite with you, who is limitless, completely unbounded, unlimited, who is eternal, who is faultless, who is Anandam, who is Jnanam, and who is always endowed with Sarvavida Aishwaryam, Kalyana Gunams, all infinite auspicious attributes. Deepa Prakasha, Tvam Mataram Cha Pitaram Sahajam Nivasam Santas Sametya Sharanam Sugurdayam Gatim Cha Nissima Niravadya Sukha Prakasham Deepa Prakasha Savibhuti Gunam Vishanti. The several relationships, the Uravu, Unnodu Uravel Namakingu Varika Variyad, and all says, the relationship between Jivatma and Paramatma would never ever get over. It's always there from time immemorial. It will be there forever. It is the connection between the Jivatma and the Paramatma. It's not Sarira Sambandham. The actual physical mother, father, the spouse, the kids, children, the brother, sister whom we have, is all blood relation connected with this Sharira. After this Shariram drops off, after this Jivatma passes away, all this would vanish. The several relationship with the Lord are set out in the sloka, the first half of the sloka. Mother, father, brother, good friend. He is also our nivasham, the residing place where we live in. He is also the house, the abode. Knowing him in all these things, and even more with his kalyana gunas, we realize that he is the means and he is the end. Thus, realizing this, the great Satpurushas perform Sharanagati to him, take refuge in him. When they do so, they unite with him, they enjoy him together with several glorious qualities of his, which are enumerated in the second half of the sloka. Nisima Nitya Niravadya Sukha Prakasham. Sukha Prakasham. The knowledge is Sukha Prakasham. He is Peranandam, absolute bliss. And the person who has attained Mukti, the Moksham, with him, he also enjoys the bliss. The Jnanam, the Anandam, everything is boundless, unlimited, eternal, faultless. They enjoy him not as just mere existence. He is with the most auspicious, excellent, enjoyable, adorable Kalyana Gunams, attributes, qualities, and absence of any defect, evil qualities. Ananta Kalyana Gunaganoga Maharnavan. Akilaheya Pratyanikan, the divide of all imperfections. So he is Ubaya Vibhuti Nayakan. He is the master of both the Prapancham as well as the Sri Vaikuntham. So they contemplate on him such as Ubaya Vibhutiman, Uyarvara Uyarnalam Udayavan, the unsurpassed auspicious qualities he has. The gunas include not only Atma gunas like Jnanam, Shakti, Balam, but also the Deha gunas, which are most captivating in Divya Mangala Vigraham. Tvam Vishanti, they enter into you. So, such a beautiful manner, he says, Deepa Prakasha, Santaha, the Swarupa Jnana sadhus, the sadhus with true knowledge. Tvam, Swamitvam, Vatsalyam, Saulabhyam, Shaushilya gunas, the one which is with these gunas, to you, Tvam, Mataram, they consider you as the most loving mother. Pitaram, they consider you as the protecting savior, father. Sahajam, the one who always with you. The friend. Nivasam, the Vasasthanam, Nivasa Vriksha Sadhunam, the residence, the home. Sugurdam, the Snehitan, the close friend. Gatimcha, the ultimate destination. Sharanam Sametya, the means. Nissima Nitya Niravadya Sukha Prakasham, boundless, eternal, never ever vanishing. The one which never ever changes. Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane. And Jnana Ananda Amalatvam, Satyam Jnanam Anandam Amalam, all these things are housed in him. Sa Vibhuti Gunam, Leela Vibhuti, Nitya Vibhuti, Jnana Shaktyati Gunam, everything you have, such they unite at the Sri Vaikuntham, Andamil Perinbam. The 5 points emerge out of the Upanishadic teachings about the nature of Jivatma and the liberation from bondage. Jivatma, after the release from Samsara Sagaram, regains its omniscience completely. Salokyam, Sarupyam, Sayujyam, Samipyam. They enter into the same lokam, Sri Vaikuntha lokam, as Paramapadanatha. They take the same rupam, form as the Paramapadanatha. They enjoy the same bliss as the Paramapadanatha. So, they, after the release from samsara sagaram, they have full freedom of action. They are, the Shruti Vakyam says, they are Swatantran as well as Paratantran. How is it possible? Two contradictory words. Swatantran means independent. Paratantran means he is dependent on the Lord. Always Bhagavad Adhina. Swatantram because he is no longer associated with karma. He is no longer associated with punya papams. So he is free. Freedom of any more action which will bind him to karma. No more. But he is subservient to the Lord as always. That's one. Jiva continues to remain a distinct spiritual entity as absolutely dependent on Parabrahman, even in the state of moksha. Number 2. Number 3, Jivatma as subservient being to Paramatma possesses the inherent character to render Kaikaryam to Perumal at all times for divine pleasure. Actually, in moksha anubhavam, the palan, the fruit that we get is actually the anubhavam, the enjoyment. Then the Kaikaryam, what about the Kaikaryam? The doings, service. The Kaikaryam is only an outburst, anubhava parivaham. So it is Bhagavad Anubhava Janita Anavadikadishaya Pritikarita Ashesha Vastochita Ashesha Sheshataikarati Rupa Nitya Kaikaryam. So it is Bhagavad Anubhava Janita. With the Anubhavam on Bhagavan, with the Anandam that's coming out there, the outburst is the Kaikaryam. Vadivil Kalamellam Udanai Manni Vadivila Adimeshaya Vendum Nam. That Kaikaryam comes from the Anubhavam, Bhagavad Anubhavam, Paripurna Brahma Anubhavam. Number 4, Kaikaryam to God, servitude to God is the very Swarupam of Jivatma. Is a source of Anandam, delight. It's not enforced on us. It's not grief. It's Anandam. It's Parama Bhagyam. And we would derive pleasure by doing that Kaikaryam because of the Paripurna Brahma Anubhavam. Number 5, the body put on by Jiva in Moksha Samrajyam is constituted as Shuddha Sattvam, and it's caused by the Sankalpam. It does not cause bondage to Jiva. It's not like the Shariram that we have here. So this concept of Moksham as Kaikaryam, as Paripurna Brahma Anubhavam to Sriman Narayana, Sri Vaikunthanathan in his abode, thus from the Upanishadic teachings stands fully justified here. Such a beautiful manner this slokam talks about this particular information. So, Tvam Mataram cha Pitaram Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhus cha Gurus Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Trivanam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Swami Bhagavad Ramanuja mentions this in SARANAGATHI DEEPIKA. I think it has been extracted from Mahabharata. There is also in Subala Upanishad, Mata Pita Bhrata Nivasha Sharanam Sugrit Gatir Narayanaha. So these things have been used by Vedanta Desika in this wonderful slokam. And the next slokam, Jantoramushya Janane Vidisham Budrishtau Ragadhine Varajasa Tamasa Cha Yogaha Dvaipayana Prabhudaya Twadavekshitana Sattvam Vimukti Bhavati Yushanti Jantoramushya Janane Vidisham Budrishtau Ragadhine Varajasa Tamasa Cha Yogaha Dvaipayana Prabhutayastvada Vekshitanam Sattvam Vimukti Niyatam Bhavati Yushanti. So in the last slokam we talked about how he gives us the Aishwaryam, how he gives us the Moksham, and he is the Upayam, and we need to perform Sharanagati to him. All that Swami Desikan mentioned in the last slokam. In this slokam, he says, Chaturmukha Brahma and Rudra, who are supposed to be deemed to be equal to Vishnu as Mummurti, they cannot and will not, and they would never ever can grant moksham. They cannot. They don't have the capacity or capability to grant moksham. And he mentions with pramanam in this slokam, Jantora Mushya. Amushya Jantoho. From time immemorial, the Jivatmas take different sharirams. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. It born again and again and again, this jivas. Janane, at the time of birth. Vidhi, the Chaturmukha Brahma. Shambhu, Rudra. Drishtau, if they get to see when the Jivatma takes the body at the time of birth, when they get to see Rajasa, they get Chaturmukha Brahma's Rajasa Gunam. Tamasacha, or they get Rudra's Tamasa Gunam. Ragadinacha, and they would have the Raga and Dvesha, the desire and hatred, thereby arising out of Rajas and Tamasa Gunam. But that said, Tvada Vekshitana, if they get a bhagyam, an opportunity, a parama bhagyam to be seen by you as Madhusudana Kataksham, if the baby, if the Jivatma, when it takes the new body at the time of birth, when it is seen by you, Sattva Guna, which is invariably associated with moksha, comes out. Says who? Vyasa, sage Vyasa and others have said it, not me. So, sage Vyasa and others, the rishis who have got the revelation, they have declared that if at the time of birth of the soul, when it takes a new body, if it is seen by Brahma or Shiva, it gets associated with Rajoguna and Tamoguna respectively. And as also with Raga, Dvesha. Raga means desire. Viraga means no desire. From that comes Vairagya. So Raga and Dvesha, desire and hatred, if they are seen by Brahma and Shiva. And because of being seen by Brahma and Shiva, they get Rajoguna and Tamoguna. More influenced by Rajas and Tamas. But if it is seen by you, Sattva Guna, which is invariably associated with moksha, comes about in this life. That's called Jayamana Kataksha Vishayam. Jayamana Kataksha. The looks, the basic trait of a human being is treated as a Trigunam, the triad of the three gunas, three tendencies. Sattvam, which is supremely good. Rajogunam, moderate. The drama, the desire, like that. Tamogunam, lethargy, sluggishness, sleepy, ajnanam, bad motivation, all that. So, the sages, Vyasa and other sages declare that when a body, even as it is in the mother's womb, in the fetus, has the chance of being glanced at by the gods, if Lord Vishnu looks at it, glances at it, the child born would turn out to be a sattvika nature. Brahma's glance would facilitate the Rajogunam, Rajasa trait, and that of Rudra will facilitate Tamo Gunam, lethargy. This assessment is given by none other than Dvaipayana, Veda Vyasa, the Sattvika faculty would finally lead to moksha. That's the final release from the cycle of birth and death which the samsara implies. So Jayamana Kataksham, the looks a person receives at the time of his or her birth, is the topic in this sloka. It's been said by sage Veda Vyasa and others in the Mahabharata that persons who are the recipients of the glances of Brahma or Rudra at the time of birth become rajasic or tamasic by nature. Whereas one on whom the Lord Madhusudana looks at, glances at, fall, when such a glance falls at birth in the fetus, shines as a sattvic person whose main thoughts, primary thoughts are directed towards the attainment of moksha. They also will have little bit of rajasa tamasa guna being in this samsara sagaram, in this prapancham, in Leela Vibhuti, Prakriti Sambandha. But most of the time their sattvika nature would be in ascendance. So the slokam, which is oft quoted, Jayamanam hi purusham yah pasyet madhusudanaha satvikastatu vijñeyaha savai mokshartha chintakaha. It comes in Mahabharata. In fact, the same idea is very well put in Daya Satakam by Swami Desikan in Sloka 20. Nayane vrisha chalendoho tara maitrim dadanaya karune drishtasthyayaiva janiman apavargamakishtapachyam anubhavati. Nayane vrisha chalendoho, in that he explained the Jayamana Kataksham. O Dayadevi, the Lord of Tirumalai, casts, he looks at the lovely glance of his eyes on the Jivatma at birth. It is a significant glance. I know it is you who is achieving it, I would say, Dayadevi. When a Jivatma has this privilege, Parama Bhagyam, he has nothing, no difficulty to pass through anymore. He is a Kritakrityan in our consideration. He has already done, means here it is just going to be tick mark. It's going to be a tick. He is definitely going to perform prapatti in that birth because already Mukunda has had a glance. It's because of you, Dayadevi. He is destined to enjoy the fruits of moksham as a landowner reaps the crop yield in full measure without any strain for the fruit anymore. Jayamana Kataksha is a significant concept. Whoever the Lord Madhusudana blesses at his birth will set his heart on moksha. So should he not strive by bhakti or prapatti? How can he gain moksha without conscientious effort on his part? That's not relevant here. Because once the Jayamana Kataksham, Madhusudana Kataksham is there, he is on the track to perform what is required to be performed. Dayadevi takes care of him. So, which is what is mentioned in this beautiful sloka. So once the Lord has his glance on the Jivatma. So again, it goes back to the yesterday's talk. He is the Siddhopayam. He is ever ready. He is the Upayam, the means and the end for us. He is the one who grants moksha. He is the one who makes us get moksha. Prapatti, Saranagati, Bhakti Yogam is all only an excuse to earn the divine grace of Perumal, to earn his pleasure, for his mukhollasam, for his enjoyment. It is he who gets the benefit. Jayamana Kataksham is key, and that's why generally the elders advise the women, the pregnant women, to listen to the Upanyasam, to listen to the Stotras, to listen to Veena, to listen to Bhagavad Vishayams, to listen to the Stotrams, to recite Stotras, and to be in the sattvic mode when the fetus is getting formed inside, so that it would facilitate the Jayamana Kataksha, which would facilitate the Jivatma to perform Sharanagati. Aduvum avanadi innarule adiyan ಧನ್ಯೋಸ್ಮಿ. ಕವಿತಾರ್ಕಿಕ ಸಿಂಹಾಯ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಗುಣಶಾಲಿನೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶಾಯ ವೇದಾಂತ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ.